Oh! Hello, welcome to Weird News 101. Yes, where me and my friends bring you the weird news. In first news, Squidward Q Tentacles has been fired. Yep, as you saw from the last video, Squidward got fired after his attempts to beat up Patrick. I'll leave the link to the video in the description below. When we asked Patrick for a comment about this news, here's what he had to say.
Do I miss Squidward? No, I don't miss Squidward. He's a loser. He always loses the night square pants. He needs to get a life, you know. I'll get his interviews over.
Yeah, well, anyway, in other news, my roving reporter, Luck Wrench, is going to be creating his own version of the popular game show, Press Your Luck, coming soon to this channel. I can already think of one character we know from another dimension who's going to just love that. And speaking of friends, the SpongeBob musical has been rumored to set on a tour in the UK. This should be especially good news to our good pal UV, because he lives in the UK. Guess fun fact, no? Yes. Anyway, speaking of musicals, it's been said that there's a Sesame Street musical coming soon. Now, we don't know all the details yet, but when we do, you bet that this reporter will definitely give you the news. Or at least you can see it on Twitter or Facebook.
We're getting our own secret. Oh, I better practice. La 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 la.
And now it's time for sports. So now let's turn it over to my very best friend, Paleo. But thank you, Gonzo. And today we got the latest scores from yesterday's games in the MLB. As you can see, the Brewers, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, kicked the Nationals. But I mean, look at these scores: 4-1. And speaking of which, the Blue Jays destroyed the Tigers. I mean, they didn't even try. The Tigers didn't even try. And the Mets managed to beat the Angles yesterday. And finally, the Rays totally destroyed the Twins. Twins? You mean like the lads? No, Patrick, stop it. Anyway, that's all the scores I got. So we now return you to your regularly scheduled Gonzo, and I'll see you next time for sports. Thank you, Flail. And now it's time for the weather. And with that, we go now to my feathered friend, Gordon. Well, thank you, Gonzo. Now, the weather. So, as you can see, Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy. Or actually, throughout the week, it'll be partly cloudy, except for Friday, because there's a chance of rain. But it'll be really warm. I mean, Tuesday, we got 83 degrees. Wednesday, we got 75 degrees. And Thursday, we got 77 degrees. 89 on Friday. 76 on Saturday and 73 on Sunday. So keep your ACs on, try to stay cool. So that's all for the weather bird. Now back to Gonzo the Great.
Smart Sound.
Well, thank you, Gordon. And now back to the news. In gaming news, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl now has voice acting. So now we can hear SpongeBob's voice, and Sandy's voice, and Patrick's voice. Yes. All the wonderful voices, even Ren. What? No pop-ups? No mentioning Ren's pasta simp? No mentioning Cat Dog being Butt Dog? Huh. Weird. I would have figured Patrick would have showed up by now. Well, anyway, now news about me. My wedding with Camilla is happening sometime this summer. And how I can't wait for that day. It'll be beautiful. Beautiful flowers and a wonderful cake. Oh, and Camilla in her beautiful dress. Oh, I can hardly wait. Guns, we're still on the air here. Oh, right. Thank you, Phil. And now for our last story of the day, one that contains one of our friends from the multiverse, Eddie, who has cooked a non-flushable turd. Look at it. Zoom in. Look at that. Look at that. And how is this possible? Well, we have got an interview with the one and only Mike's Toontown Shrek for more of this story. We go now to the studio where our roving reporter Grinch is at the studio with an interview with Mike's Toontown Shrek. And Floydie? Okay, so yes, I promised you, Floydie, you get to ask your questions too. Oh, good. Could you think we're on? Oh, hello, this is the Grinch, your Weird News 101 on the spot reporter, and I am here via the studio with Shrek from Mike's Toontown. Yes. Yes. And yes, who has discovered the truth of Eddie cooking a non-flushable turd? So, Shrek, how did you discover this amazing discovery today?
Well, I pulled an old Ed, Ed, and Eddie DVD out of my attic, not the basement, that's very important. And, well, I remember that it had one of my favorite episodes on there, Who, What, Where, Ed, where Eddie tries to cook an omelet. And I was just sitting there thinking, who's Eddie fooling? He can't cook poo, which I'm going to say here because I said something else. I said a naughty word.
Yes.
That I'm not going to say on this show.
Yeah, we're a family show.
Yes. So I thought, hey, that stick of butter kind of looks like a turd. So what if I Photoshop it to look like a turd and post it on the internet? And that is exactly what I did.
Yes. Now, has Eddie seen this yet?
Oh, yes. And as usual, he screamed like a little crybaby.
Baby. Yes, as he always does. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He never learns.
Never. I got the question. Oh, yes, Lloydie wanted to ask you a question. Yes, I got the question. So,
right.
what holds for your future? Like, what do you plan to do more with non-flushable turds besides with Eddie?
Oh, well, you see, my Toontown Dimpy and I are planning on creating a toilet that can teleport non-flushable turds above Eddie's current location. So no matter where he is, every time I take a crap, it will spawn right above him.
Oh, that I'd pay to see. You know, you should also send one to Otto.
Oh, yeah, definitely, that little dweeb.
Yes, dweeb.
Yes.
Don't.
But not only that, you know what else Eddie is, honestly?
What?
He's a dork.
Oh, yes, he's a dork. Kevin, eat your heart out.
Me, Eddie, you're a dork.
Yes, he is. Okay. Let me think. Another question. Oh, here's the question. So Eddie, you all know he's a simp. Have you ever caught him in the act?
Oh, yes. One time, he was trying to sell, hi, Puffy Amayumi tickets.
Oh.
Shout out to Yuvi for discovering that.
Yuvi, of course. He's always trying to turn it around, making him the simp. We all know the truth. He's not the simp.
Oh, yeah, Adley.
Yes. Okay, we're out of time. We're out of time. This is the Grinch, your Weird News 101 reporter. Sign off. Return you now to your regularly scheduled Gonzo. That was great. You were really great. Oh, man. This never ceases to entertain me. Well, that's it for Weird News 101 today. Until next time, this is Gonzo the Great. Until next time, keep being weird and always keep track on the news. And always remember, Eddie is a simp, and he's a giant crybaby who loves non-flushable turds.
Epilogue.
Okay, gentlemen, good work out there today. We did a great show. Great interview. Well, thank you. Well, I was Floydie there. Oh, when he heard I was having Shrek on, he wanted to ask him a question. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, guys, so your assignments. Flail, keep up with the latest sports news. Yes, sir. Gordon, make sure you keep up with the weather. And Grinch, always keep an eye open for a juicy news story. Okay, guys, see you next week. Right, bye, guys. Yeah, adios. I gotta go find my brother. A newsworthy story. I need a story worthy of making it on the airwaves. Ooh, a missing nickel? Nah, I'll take it though. Think, Grinch, think. What the? I didn't pay the insurance for it yet! Jackpot!
Subscribe!